course.
Yeah.
Who said of course? Me.
Tracy, thank you. All right. I thought I'd say a few things here tonight. I'm sorry. How many pages?
We don't know the font size, though.
Max, I'd like to have it written so I can refer to it. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to read it because I'm going to get choked up. But here we are at an important milestone, a time to reflect and to do that thing that at least I find very hard to do, and it's think. So this is a little list of what I think about when I think about Karen. It's mainly words and adjectives, so it's just going to hit some descriptors, and it's not in order of importance, but it's alphabetical. So
An engineer.
Yeah, bear with me. Bear with me. It should be fast and painless. Anyone who knows me or knows Karen, for that matter, knows that it's completely untrue. Long, slow, and painful. Okay, so here are some of the words. Alphabetical. Athletic. Athletic.
Yeah, that's true.
What an inspiration. What a competitor. Just a fine, all-around athlete. Are there stories? Yep. Okay. Max has a ton of them too. In fact, our first date at Michigan was a run. Want to go for a run sometime, she asked. Do you run? I said, what, me, run? You're kidding. Of course I run. We set out for what I thought was going to be a nice 2-mile run. Piece of cake, right? After mile 4, I said, do we have to run back too? Oh, mommy, please make this stop. Panting and hardly able to speak, I said, wow, you're in good shape. Do you run a lot? Her reply, well, I just ran the Chicago Marathon last weekend. Does that count? So that reminds me of another quality of Karen's, and that is modesty. More on that later when we get to the M's. Is this okay? You need more to drink? Okay.
Bartender?
Karen went on to run several more marathons, progressively improving her time with each one. Later, I ran one too, the New York Marathon. My memory's a little cloudy. I can't remember whether I was able to beat her best time or not. But who's counting?
I'd be close.
It's a different hour.
A different hour.
Okay. I tried my best. I could mention tennis. We brought new meaning to the term grudge match. She played competitively in high school, top of her squad. I also played on my high school team, but to say that I played competitively would be a gross exaggeration. Karen and I played once when we lived in Minnesota. After 2 sets of utter humiliation, I vowed never to step on the court with her again. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so I'm going through these descriptors. Caring and considerate, as in she is not happy unless everyone in the room is happy. This quality of hers is on full display every day, all day long, and it's directed to just about everyone she comes in contact with. I'm sure that I speak for everyone here when I say that we are all glad to be on the receiving end of this. You guys too, right? Okay, C, champion of causes. It's a pretty rare quality, especially these days of YouTube and our country's astonishing apathy. It seems as though technology has turned us all into spectators. Not Karen, she's a real doer, a woman on a mission. And I'm sure you folks at Charles Armstrong are familiar with this expression, don't mess with Texas. So, that's you. Compassionate, another C. Compassionate, meanly she acts and behaves in a way that makes it abundantly clear that she's keeping the other person's best interest at heart. Just pause for a moment here. Let's see now. We've done athletic, caring, considerate, champion, compassionate. So through the C's, only 23 more letters. Okay, I'm gonna move it on. Okay, deep thoughts, deep emotions. Just a very deep person.
Go ahead.
Whoever that is.
We'll get to an E. Example. Quite simply, she's an example of what a good person should be. Fair. Life isn't fair, but damn it, Karen is.
Yes.
Force, as in force to be reckoned with. She's got the energy, drive, and stamina of people half her age. No, let me think, that'd be 30.
Very true.
Generous as anyone I've ever known. Mostly generous of spirit and love, but gives them money too. I can't tell you how many times I've had a New Year's resolution that I want to try to be as generous as Karen this year. She's a model. Helper. She's one of those people who always lends a hand. A helper, especially to the disadvantaged. Humor. Terrific sense of humor. A little wry, a little bawdy sometimes, but always a riot, always fitting. Max and I pitch our humor at the Dumb and Dumber level. Our favorite movie. She's more Oscar Wilde, Irma Bombeck, Dorothy Parker, whoever they are. Intelligent, raw, high horsepower intelligence, but also those things like emotional intelligence and other types of intelligence that I way over my head. Learner, she's a lifelong learner. Most of us stop learning after college or when we hit 30. I know I did. But here she is, she's writing screenplays, shooting videos.
Oh yeah.
Shooting videos.
Oh yeah.
4 stars.
Yes. 2 thumbs up. Right.
And of course, becoming a real expert in neuroscience. The brain is complicated. I know Jason down there works at Pfizer. They can't figure out how this works. But Karen is undaunted. She's going after it so she can help kids who might be brilliant but are different.
Yes.
Lift her upper. That's Ellen. We're down to the Ellen. Lift her upper. She lifts up the downtrodden, the mistreated, those that are laid low. It's been said so often of her is, I want her on my team. You guys have been echoing her. Modesty. Yeah. Modesty. Yeah. Modesty. She is modest, like the marathon thing I mentioned. It says in the Bible, let other people praise you. That's what Karen does. And guess what? She gets a lot of praise. Musical. Wow. She's got it going. Oh, we don't have music?
Well, I turned it off.
Okay. Yeah. She's got it going on.
Right now, though.
The main difference in our musical taste is that she has some. Persistent. She's nothing if not persistent. How many times will she try? 7 times. How about 7 times 70? Poet. I'm moving along. Poet. She's a poet. And I'm using this term seriously, like J.D. Salinger wrote about a true poet. A poet makes beauty happen, like Emily Dickinson and Maya Angelou. Karen's oeuvre includes, number 1, How the Elephant Got Its Trunk. And my favorite for the winter time is the Sky Bears had a pillow fight. And she has to promise
First
to
grade,
recite.
second grade.
Yeah, you have to promise to recite both of those, or I'm not going to stop talking. Promise.
Right now.
You are
No, I'm not going to stop.
You are going to recite them, aren't you?
Yes, yes. She's going to recite.
Please.
Okay,
That to
okay,
happen.
I'm going to go on. Smart. Okay, smart teacher, and I'm going to say this: probably the highest praise you could possibly give someone is to call her teacher.
Oh.
Karen's a teacher. Tenacious, wisdom, writer. I'm going to say this about writer, and then I'll go. Ghostwriter for medical papers, local newspapers in St. Paul, countless webinars, personal histories, Czech relatives, speeches, birthday poems, curriculums, and how about those terrific journals you invented at Charles Armstrong? She writes strong, solid, clear, and fast. Great turn of phrase, never overdone and flowery, but beautiful, elegant, and infinitely readable, unlike this speech. So that's it for now. There are no X's, Y's, or Z's. Okay, but wait, one more. I'm going to close with this. So multifaceted, so complex, deep, and really awesome is this birthday girl that to fully describe her magnificent qualities would fill a book. This is just a drop in the ocean, but I hope this gives you at least a smudged window into her wonderfulness.
Wow.